It's very unusual and the timing is very suspicious.
Okay.
And I do believe that there is absolutely a connection with the Epstein files, and I'm not the only one.
Next up, a very recent story emerging from our friends at the BBC. Now, this is all about a Democrat who seems to be demanding the release of the Epstein files due to some very unusual and suspicious delays. Let's have a quick look at what's being said here.
It's very unusual and the timing is very suspicious.
Okay.
And I do believe that there is absolutely a connection with the Epstein files, and I'm not the only one.
In the US, a bipartisan push to release the remaining Epstein files is being held up by a single missing signature. Now, that signature belongs to Representative-elect Adelita Grijalva, who won a special election in Arizona last month. But House Republicans are refusing to swear her in, effectively blocking the plans. Let's talk to Ms. Grijalva now. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Why do you think you haven't been sworn in yet?
Well, there are three other people that were sworn in, like in a special election like I was. My father passed away 7 months today. And so the governor called a special election, just like they've done in other cases. There are three other individuals that were sworn in a special in under 24 hours. The last one was Representative Walkinshaw. And there is a discharge petition sitting in the House, a bipartisan discharge petition for the Epstein files. And I would be the decisive 218th signer, which means that my signing that petition would force a vote on the House floor.
But are you saying it is because you are known to be supportive of releasing the Epstein files that you are being blocked?
Yeah, I think that there really isn't any other rational excuse for it, because
Well, what about the government shutdown?
Well, the government shutdown, there was a whole freshman class that was sworn in 2019 during a shutdown. There were two individuals that were sworn in during a pro forma session, one that was sworn in during a session. Neither one of the three that have been sworn in this year had certified results.
So it wouldn't be unusual to just get this job done despite the shutdown.
We've waited so long at this point that I'm 21 days out from my election. I'm going to break another record for waiting this long to be sworn in. It's very unusual and the timing is very suspicious.
Okay.
And I do believe that there is absolutely a connection with the Epstein files, and I'm not the only one.
I mentioned in the introduction, it's emerged this weekend that there are inconsistencies, to put it mildly, between what Prince Andrew said in his Newsnight interview and the email that he is said to have sent in 2011 to Jeffrey Epstein saying, "We're in this together and we'll play some more soon." Is that yet more confirmation?
Goodness me, that just sounds so shady, doesn't it?
For you as to why the Epstein files need to be released?
Yes, because transparency is very important. In general, it's an indication of the use and misuse of power and privilege of people that are likely implicated here, and they have brutalized and traumatized children and women, and there need to be consequences, legal consequences for what they've done, and to bring voice and justice to the victims.
Yeah. Well, we know that Jeffrey Epstein was a convicted sex offender. Prince Andrew has always denied. Similar when it comes to Virginia Giuffre. In fact, he never recollected even meeting her. Let me ask you, Congresswoman-elect, why didn't the Democrats release the Epstein files when Joe Biden was president?
Yeah, the Epstein files were not a big issue at all. And I don't know, I wasn't in office. I have no idea why they weren't released then. But this president, Trump, when he was running for office, made the claim and promise that on day one of him being sworn in to office that he was going to release the files. I believe, as many other people do, that like the FBI and others have had an opportunity to look through these files, see what's in there. And since then, there's been a lot of backpedaling about, well, there's really nothing to see here. We've released all the information we can. But this speaker ended votes early a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago, sent everyone home from Congress in order to avoid this vote. So there are big implications here, and I'm not the only one thinking it. At first, I thought it was a little bit of a conspiracy theory. there has to be another plausible explanation. But at this point, having waited as long as I had to be sworn in, and still no end in sight, that everything seems to be pointing in that direction.
Let's put it out to the public for this one. I really want to hear your guys' comments just to see what your thoughts are in relation to this. All right, it seems to be a story that keeps coming up and coming up and coming up and doing a full 360, coming all the way back around again. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Comment on this video. It's Jack White for US Daily. Thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. And we'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.